Charles Schwab bought thinkorswim. And, that's fine and dandy. We're afraid that it might turn into an Elon Musk situation like when he acquired Twitter. Charles Schwab possibly will be finishing the transition in May of this year. Charles Schwab may not actually be screwing over thinkorswim users. If you've been living under a rock, you may not know that Charles Schwab acquired TD Ameritrade, mostly, from what they say, to acquire their trading platform, thinkorswim. Why does this matter? As a day trader who uses thinkorswim, it's a fundamental component of my strategy, which is the 50-50 hyper scalping strategy. With this strategy, free commissions is vital. Why am I worried about the transition? I'm worried of Schwab's margin rules. TD Ameritrade allowed you to use margin on pretty much all the stocks, right? And I'm not even talking about leverage, I'm talking about settlement margin. This allows me, remember, 50-50 strategy, to take a lot of trades. Because as you know, T+2, and we're gonna talk about this in a second, so stay with me. Also hit the like button so Charles Schwab, maybe by the grace of God, sees this video. Anyway, T+2, so if you take a trade on Monday, buy and sell, you don't receive the proceeds from that trade until Wednesday, okay? What settlement margin allows you to do, all right, this is the problem, okay, pay attention here. What settlement margin allows you to do is get credit for that trade today so that you can immediately trade again and again and do that over and over again. The problem with Schwab is they do not allow that for the cheaper stocks below $3, as it is now. And I get it. Charles Schwab is risk averse. They are a very careful company. That's a great thing about them. The problem is that's going to ruin the 50-50. That's going to cause an issue. It's a free commission based strategy. If you have to pay commissions, it's just really not going to work that well. This is where it gets juicy. My account hasn't been switched over yet. A lot of active traders have not been switched over yet. After speaking with some people on the inside, they reassured me that Charles Schwab likes us, right? They're making money off of our order flow, right? Payment for order flow. Assuming that, and assuming they want to take care of us, and assuming they don't want to pull an Elon Musk on thinkorswim, Charles Schwab is going to make an attempt to match TD Ameritrade's margin policy. They're going to have to, because without it, we're going to have to find a new broker. And where are we going to go? So we're very exposed here, and I understand that. But anyways, here's where it gets juicy. I got a comment on my channel. Okay, the credibility of this is almost close to zero, right? As much credibility as some random person on YouTube should have. He said that the transition will take place in May. The final transition, all accounts switched over in May. And it's like, whatever, I didn't think about it. But guess what the SEC just voted on, all right? The SEC voted on, actually a while ago, or whoever voted, I don't know. But either way, I know that in May of this year, we're going from T+2 to T+1. We're going from T+2 to T+1, because that's a big deal. Remember when I was talking about settlement margin? Remember when I was talking about how a trade takes, gosh darn, 2 days to settle, which is total crap? They're lowering that. The big guys up there, they're actually like, yeah, this is baloney. So what that means is we're not going to wait as long to have our trade settle now, but it's not going to be instantaneous settlement. It's just going to be a day less, okay? And then that's going to happen in May. I have this random comment from some guy who's pretending maybe to know what he's talking about, saying that accounts will be transferred. Is it possible that Charles Schwab is waiting till May for this settlement time to shorten up, so to adjust their margin rules, because they would be taking less risk by waiting? The settlement time would be less. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, and that's fine. I'm not in any rush to have my account switched over. But is it possible that that's the case if he's saying it's going to be transitioned in May and the settlement time is going to be shortened in May and possibly even going to T+0, and we talked about that in a previous video? That makes sense to me. And maybe at that point, Charles Schwab will adjust their margin rules so that the stocks under $3 or whatever calculations they have, they will allow us to have settlement margin, which honestly, I don't know. I don't think it would be that much risk. I've never had an issue with a stock not settling. I've just never seen or heard about it. I don't know. So if Charles Schwab wants to keep me at thinkorswim, if they want to keep me trading the 50-50, which is trading a lot of shares, I mean, it's insane. I mean, you trade 1 million, 2 million shares. It really depends up to you. I know some traders who've learned the 50-50. Some days they trade all day. They take 200 trades a day. I take the approach of trading an hour or two and then shutting down and hanging out with my girlfriend, so I don't push as much volume. But technically, the more trades, the more money you make. I know some of the younger kids out there are willing to sit there and take caffeine pills and trade all day, but that's not me. Possibly will be finishing the transition in May of this year. And that's going to correspond with that very important change in rules that is coming from the top of the stock market, the SEC. So it makes sense. Now the comment from that guy, no credibility. Putting 2 and 2 together, that's all in my head, but it seems to make sense. And I'm hoping, guys, and please share this video. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. We want to get this video boosted, so maybe some groggy, tired Charles Schwab worker will wake up to this video on their feed and be like, geez, this is seriously a problem, and these traders make us a lot of money. These traders are multiplying, doing this hyper scalping strategy, which I've seen, don't get me started. You know, the whining farmer here will get fired up here in a second, but a lot of you guys know the story. Anyways, please share this video. We want Charles Schwab to see this settlement margin for all stocks. We don't want leverage. We don't give a crap. We don't give a rat's batukus about leverage. At least I don't. We just want settlement margin for stocks below. And if you want to keep it from stocks below $1, you don't want to give those margin, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But I know a lot of traders do use those stocks, so I'm going to have to be obligated to tell you, give us margin on all the stocks. Anyways, guys, this is the Trading Farmer signing out. I'll catch you in the next video.